Hey, this is George Edmondson with C Creative. Today we're going to be checking out just a few of the things that Maven offers in regard to lens filters, polarizers, streak filters, all kinds of cool things. I do want to go ahead and say Maven did send these to us to check out, but they did not pay us for any of our reviews. This is all truthfully what we have experienced using them here in the studio and out in the field. So Maven offers multiple different filter options and accessories, including polarizers, gradients, protection rings, astrophotography filters, diffusion, infrared and streak filters, lens caps, and magnetic hoods. They offer so much. So what sets these apart from a lot of other filter systems is the fact that they are magnetic, and I want to show you how that works. So right here, you can see we have this awesome, incredible, very solid lens cap. But the way that this system works is that they will send you with a ring that would go inside of your lens and thread in just like any other filter would. However, it is just a ring. That's all it is, and that is the magnetic ring. And then you just slide that on. And then any of these things, whether it be filters or lens caps, and it's a strong magnet too, anything like that, just boom, like it just pops on. Incredible, super nice. They sent us a 77mm step-up ring because all of these that they send to us are 82mm. So the way the step-up ring works is, you know, we've got one right here. It's just a little bit bigger. And so it is, again, just a magnet. There you go. So that is going to step up your 77 thread lens up to an 82. So that way all of these will work across the board. We have the gold plasma and the blue plasma gold streak effect. We have multiple NDs with CPL. We have just the regular CPL. We've got this great lens hood. We've got the quick case 2.0. We have several of those that they sent us. And then again, multiple NDs. And we've got this little solo hood here. So we're gonna take a step right here inside the studio, and the first thing we're gonna take a look at are gonna be our gold streak filters, followed by our ND filters, and then we'll step outside, take a look at our ND and CPL filters. All right, so in this test, we have Jordan and Nick joining us. We are gonna be looking at the streak effect filters. We have two of these from Maven here in the studio. Now, we are using Christmas lights. They're a little bit warm, so I think the gold is definitely gonna pop on those. But let's take a look and see what happens. So right now you can see what the shot looks like with our just normal bokeh back there. Let's go ahead and take our effect filters out of our awesome hard case here. Now again, as we talked about earlier, the way that we know the difference between these all different filters is these rings right here. We're gonna go ahead and grab our gold effect filter first. We will put that down, and then it's as simple as snapping it right on with our magnet and we're done. So now we can see how this is affecting these lights back here with the Christmas lights. It's really, really cool because we can turn it and we can get these really cool effects. So you can actually do this in camera as Nick and Jordan kind of wave around if we wanted some of that gold across their face. And do that for me again a little bit, guys. You can see how the flares kind of come out from behind their hands and things like that. It's really neat. Now, if we do kind of get a sharper image on the lights, you can see that the streaks are, of course, sharper. And then if we were to get that nice and bokeh'd out, what's really neat about these is there's going to be stripes in your bokeh. So if you ever wanted something like that, if you wanted to create, you know, a wild striped look for whatever reason, you can do that. All right, so let's take a look at our blue filter. So we're just going to open our case back up. We can take this one off, pop it in, and there's our blue filter. So like I mentioned earlier, not a ton of change because of these lights being gold. But the thing that you are going to notice is the streaks are actually a bit more white now, and that is because of the fact that you have that blue combating that warm color. So if you wanted a blue look and you were shining at, I don't know, something like an aperture over here, you're gonna see that blue streak a lot better. So we're gonna shine at this crazy bright light right here. We're gonna get it in focus, and you can see those streaks. Now I am going to very quickly stop down on this lens just so we can get those streaks in there and you can see the difference that it's making. So there we go. So now you can see the blueness of those streaks. You can see Dawson over there with our camera. Really, really nice, really cool looks. And it definitely gives like a dreamy kind of look if we get that focus there, just kind of changing differences in the look. And then let's take this one off and we can show you what the gold filter looks now. And you can see the difference in that crazy gold filter. We're just kind of spinning it around there, and there you go. So that is a very big difference, just depending on the type of light source that you have. If we were to zoom in just a little bit, you know, we're gonna get different streaks from different sources of light. So now I'm gonna combine these and let's see what happens. I have no idea. So I've got my stripes going this way, so let me look, and I'm gonna kind of do maybe a grid pattern and pop it over, and you do get what I was hoping you would get, a sort of cross with the light. So that is a really, really cool kind of sparkly, crazy look that you can get. That light is just kind of Xing over their face. So I love the fact that you can combine these. Now that we've seen what that looks like, we are going to move it over and let's look at what it looks like here on Mr. Dawson. Yeah, that's actually freaking cool. So yeah, you could kind of spin them and move the lights around, and you could spin them in opposite ways and things like that. So really nice. If we stop down even more since it's so bright outside. There we go. So really just a crazy look. So after we took a look at these gold streak and blue streak, I will say that these would be really, really useful if you're wanting to create kind of a surreal looking shot, maybe for a music video or something like that. I could definitely see the gold streak being used if you're like filming a Christmas movie, or maybe the blue streak if you've got like a sci-fi thing going on. But anyway, these are really neat. These are the only ones that we were sent to check out from them, the gold streak effect and the blue streak effect. But I can definitely tell that we're going to be using these in some upcoming videos whenever we have a look like that we need, and we want to do it organically. That's the other thing that I really think is cool about these, is we're not relying on plugins, you know, inside of our editors or anything like that. You pop it on and it's in camera, so you can see in real time the effects that you're going to be getting. So next we're going to go and check out the NDs from Maven that they sent us. Again, we have 2-stop, 3-stop, 4-stop, 6-stop, and 10-stop. All right, so in this test, we are going to be looking at our ND filters. Here we have just the regular standard NDs from Maven. We have a 2-stop, a 3-stop, a 4-stop, a 6-stop, and a 10-stop all right here. Now, they are all color-coded, but if you need to know, it does say it right there on the filter. Now, we have Nick and Jordan here again, and they are totally blown out. We've got this thing in low light mode. We are pushing it so that it's nice and bright so we can see how these different ND filters are going to respond. So we're going to take it out of our case, and let's just start with our 2-stop here, and we can take a look. And you can see obviously already that made a big difference just with the 2-stop. So I'm going to take it off, put it on again, and you can see that skin tones, everything are nice and natural looking. Now, of course, if you only had a few of these, you can stack these. So if we wanted to then stack a 2-stop and a 3-stop, then we would have 5 stops of ND, and you can see how that looks. So we're not really seeing any vignetting, color shift, nothing like that. Skin tones are all looking really, really good. But let's take these off, and then we will take a look at some of the higher ND. Okay, so now we'll take a look at our 4-stop ND. All right, everything looks good on this end. I'm not really seeing any vignetting. Skin tones look fantastic on both of our guys here. 6-stop ND. Again, color shift all looks completely fine. Not really seeing any vignetting or anything like that. So kind of a crazy difference there that you can see. And then the last is going to be our super crazy 10-stop ND, which is probably going to be so dark here you're not even going to see anything. I really, really like these NDs. As a matter of fact, Dawson did use these recently on a shoot where we had a camera that did not have any kind of built-in NDs or anything, and he was able to just pop these on, run off, get the shots, pop them off when he went back inside. Really useful, and again, they're so sturdy. And now that we've looked at the NDs, we're gonna step outside and let's talk about the ND plus CPL filters that they send. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna pop on is the regular ND. Now this is an ND without a polarizer, so I'm just gonna grab it and we will pop it on. Right now it's blown out. We're looking at Nick's car. And as you can see, that is way too dark, so we're gonna do a different one here. So that definitely helps. You can see the top of the car, but it still just looks like a sheet of ice. That is because we are filming Nick in his vehicle there. So we're gonna take this off and we're gonna show you what the polarizer ND looks like, because that is when you would use this if you were filming something highly reflective like water or, you know, windows on a car or something like that. You'd use this polarizer. So we're just gonna pop this out. I will grab this one. Now this is the 6ND plus CPL. And again, you can see the car, but what's really cool and what a lot of people may not know about this is for the CPL, if you just spin it, you'll start to kind of get that spot that you need that filter to be. And now we can see Nick and Jordan sitting in there. Wave, guys. Awesome. So I'm gonna spin it again and you can see that is what happens. You can't see anything at all because of the reflections. But if we just spin that to get it to the right spot, we're able to see perfectly clearly in there. That's how these CPLs work. And again, I'm noticing no color shift, no vignetting, anything like that. That works on all of these CPLs. Again, that's the ND6, but we do have CPL with a 3 ND and then a 10 ND. And then we also have some of the just standard CPLs. So that's going to be if you would use it and you don't need ND, we have those as well. And they work basically the same way. If you're not needing to cut down light, but you are needing the circular polarizer, you would just pop that on. All right, let's go back inside because it's cold out here. So after taking a look at the ND plus CPL, once again, I didn't notice any reduced sharpness. I didn't notice any sort of vignetting. They just work. And that is what I wanted to talk about overall with this set that Maven did send us. I don't have to think about it. And that, to me, is just as valuable as the fact that we're getting 10 stops of ND within a single just boom, pop it on. Just pop it on, it just works. I'm not having to fool around with taking a lens and putting it on and then, oh crap, we have the wrong filter size. We have a 77mm and we have a 82mm and we have to switch back and forth. They just all work. That's what I look for whenever I'm out filming anything or working in photography, is speed, and I don't want to think about it. If I know that you exist, then that's not necessarily a good thing. The last thing I want to be thinking about is my gear. I want to be thinking about the shot. Currently, I don't think that Maven is offering anything for cinema lenses or anything like that. I think that that would be something that we have given them some feedback, and I think that would be something that we would love to see explored in the future. So in terms of pricing, in regards to these sets, they are a premium product. So you're gonna have a premium cost that is associated with that. However, with premium products comes premium results. As I've said before, we are not noticing any color shifts, any issues in that regard. It looks like what the shot is intended to look like. Shout out to the Maven team for sending us this. We definitely appreciate it, and we're gonna keep putting these to work. We're going to use these on a regular basis. So what do you think about the Maven system? What do you think about the fact that they just pop right on? I'd love to hear your comments, so drop a comment below. As I've said before, I'm not a reviewer. I'm just a guy with a camera who likes to talk about cool things when cool things come through the studio. This is really cool. But with all that said, definitely be sure to subscribe. Talk to you later.